Hi, in this video we will talk about artificial intelligence implementation in any business operation. We will focus about implementation in a marketing process of a company. Specifically, we are doing it for an Amazon FBA business, but the concept is very similar to any other kind of a company and any other kind of operation, so company operation. I will now share the screen so that I can try to explain as best as possible how would be the strategic implementation of artificial intelligence in a company. So you can see my screen, right? I think so. Wait, the screen is starting. Okay. I will introduce myself a bit. So I'm a Pietro Mappers of Success Mappers, and what we do is here. Like, this video is about implementation of artificial intelligence and can be applied for any kind of business. But what we're currently focusing on is about Amazon FBA business. But anyway, if you want to implement this process in other businesses, feel free to write me an email and we can discuss about it. Our coaching program right now, our main coaching program is about Amazon FBA, and what we do is helping you to grow the business from 10K to 1 million. In fact, this video will be included in that course. You can find this course on the YouTube channel, and if you write us on the email, you can get a free meeting with us to discuss about these topics, and also you can get a free Amazon strategy analysis, a free Amazon marketing audit, and a free Amazon PPC audit. Yeah, and subscribe for more videos so that every time we create some video related to this topic or similar topics, you can receive updates. Feel free also to write any comment below so that we know if we are doing good and if we are making videos that are useful for you. So the first thing I want to do is a quick introduction to artificial intelligence and software. So you have any kind of business, and the use of artificial intelligence is to improve the operations of a company. So artificial intelligence basically makes much more efficient customization, intelligence, at speed, super optimization, and it makes it at a big scale, very fast at low cost. So this is the starting point. Artificial intelligence is not a part of a business, but is a way to do business. Is a way to make the operations more efficient. So this is the starting point. And also another concept that I want to introduce you is on the right. Let me see that Canva is uploading. Is something that I heard Jeff Bezos say. AI is something transversal to the company. It's everywhere in the company. So the best way to implement AI in a company is to implement in the operations. So the operations manager, the project manager needs to implement AI, but also each person, each individual of the company needs to be able to understand artificial intelligence. It's very similar to the digital transition, like the ability of any person in a business to use a file Excel, Microsoft Office package, or being able to use Google. It's very similar. Like artificial intelligence is a tool that every individual must be able to use at any time. Second point is in another video we describe the marketing process for Amazon FBA. So the optimal customer journey that each customer is doing every time they buy a product from you. So this is the starting point. In the other video, you can go there and check the other video. I describe in details how it works from A to Z, so that you have in mind all the process. Here I'm writing in red how I would implement in every step of this customer journey the artificial intelligence, the software automation in this process. And in future, maybe what we could do is make more videos specifically to any part of this AI implementation, because the point is each part of this process needs different softwares, different techniques to implement the artificial intelligence, because every time you implement artificial intelligence need to be efficient and bring good results. So it's all about being at scale, implementing fast at low cost, and also is about bringing these results, customization, intelligence, speed, and super optimization. So every situation needs different softwares. The starting point for everything is prompting using the big machine learning language models like ChatGPT or DeepSeek. That's the starting point. But after that, there are a lot of software solutions. There is a lot of other things that you can take consider. So let's start to talk about this process in details. The first step is about the funnel outside of Amazon. How can you implement artificial intelligence in the funnel outside of Amazon? Make the content generation so cheap, efficient, and fast as possible, and to make sure that like an individual, like the business owner, is able to do this content generation like in 10 minutes per day, something like that. It's not the priority usually, but you can do it with the AI content generation or generative AI. There are some softwares, and also use some, like for example, Canva that I'm using right now. There is some ways to use AI to automatize it. A lot of it is about software usage. It's not necessarily about AI. But AI can be useful, for example, for scripting, defining the selling points of each video, analyzing the keywords, categorization of the keywords to understand exactly what kind of content you need to do. So that's the first use that you can do. After that, there is another point that I think is one of the most important places where AI and machine learning is very useful. Is about categorization of the keywords. So SEO analysis. SEO analysis is very time consuming, and it's the starting point of everything, because from SEO analysis on Amazon, you do pretty much everything. You do the listing, you do the titles, you do the images, you do the product development, you do the PPC, you monitor how your products are performing, the ranking, all the stuff, right? And it's very time consuming. Also, is very specialized. A lot of people do, for example, PPC optimization by testing with ads, and it's very expensive. Instead, if you're able to create an AI system to categorize keywords by relevancy very quickly in automatic way, I think that would make SEO optimization so much more efficient and quicker. So, for example, in this situation, the use of AI is about relevancy categorization of the keywords, implementation of the keywords all over in the marketing system Amazon, so listings, title, in the product development, also in the PPC, and in the translations, for example. Like getting translators is very useful, but if you do at scale with big catalog, I think it's not the best thing to do, because there is a little benefit of a human translator instead of a AI translator, of course, but that little improvement, I would say, going from 80% perfection to 100% perfection, so that 20% more is very expensive. So to get that 20% more, you need to spend a lot of money and time managing the translator. So you can do it if you are very at scale and you are very like big sellers. But if you have a big catalog with small sellers, I think it's not the best use to do, especially if you are selling in Europe, right? Because, for example, if we sell in Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Sweden, it's not worth the money to hire a translator. I would say that AI is the best thing. And for example, you can use Google Translate. Um, I don't know if Grammarly has some translation tools, but anyway, use all the AI solutions to do that. A second place where AI and software automation is very useful is about automation for PPC optimization. Um, there is a lot of softwares coming out about the PPC optimization by metrics. It's very PPC is data analysis at scale. So software in this case with AI uh, is very useful. Mm, to optimize by metrics, you don't need necessarily AI. You can use formulas, right? AI, I think, is doing more the forecasting about metrics, predicting statistically what to change before you have the data to do it. So I think AI in this point is very efficient because it reduces the cost required to optimize the PPC and really reduce the time of a lot. So that's another great use of AI. And then for creating videos also. Generation of videos with AI is something possible that you can do. And translations, like being able to put language in the videos, language, written text and voiceovers, for example, is something that AI can do very quickly. You can do also this in content generation. You can create videos in multiple languages with voiceovers, and you can do in any language that you want. And you can create, if you would like to do, at this at scale, streamlines the AI process. So this is another solution to keep in mind. Another place where AI is very useful and could be used is about automation for tracking rank history and variations of the rank. Um, the tracking is not necessarily about AI, but for example, the price changes, testing different prices compared to the competition is something that is impossible to do by yourself. So AI in this case with third-party software is a great idea. All comes down to if there is a return of investment, of course. I don't know the software, how much that kind of software is costing. I think $100, $50, something like that. Is it worth to buy that kind of software for price optimization? Depends. If you have like few products in very competitive market that sell a lot, maybe yes. Otherwise, maybe no. Depends. Uh, Also, monitoring and listing changes. This is more about software automation. It's not about AI necessarily. Second place, I'm talking of this. I'm here right now. Uh, so the clients see some things when they see the product for the first time in the Amazon customer journey, and AI for first image creation can be useful for enhancement. So you can enhance AI. You can also implement text. Also, there are some AI solution that you can simply like make a photo with the phone to a product, and you can create amazingly through the rendering. I think sometimes it's not necessarily to have photographers anymore. Do a lot of stuff like implementing products in lifetime pictures, for example, is more about the listing creation, not about the main image. But you can do that a lot for the Atlas content, the videos, etc. Also, the price testing, I told you, optimization of the title. I would say you can create the title by yourself, or maybe you can create also like a title agent for Amazon. Maybe there is someone developing this kind of agents. Uh, an agent that is very developed to create the ideal title. But of course, title is so important, for example, that you need a human touch to optimize it, but AI maybe can be helpful in some situations. Review analysis, I think, is one of the few places that we've seen AI used, the review analysis. So being able to collect all the reviews, summarize it. Also, Amazon, for example, itself have as uh, uh, like a software that is analyzing all the reviews and aggregate all the data, summarize and categorize the reviews feedbacks by topics. So that's a great use, especially for product development, but also to improve the ratings. Like you can use these solutions to understand what is going on with your product, so that you can quickly optimize hundreds of products with softwares. I think, as I say again, AI is super optimization, super customization, fast, cheap, at scale. So this is exactly the point. You analyze 1,000 reviews in seconds. Okay, so other traffic sources, for example, there are some AI and SaaS solutions that might be used for planning the deals and find the best the best ratio between the cost of these marketing promotions and the return in rank the profit. Also the storefront creation. I think, like for example, if you are an agency or a freelancer or you manage a lot of businesses without storefronts, creating a standardized system with AI that creates storefronts in a customized way is a great way to optimize the marketing process of this company at scale for as little as possible. Like creating 100 lists in like a few years ago, you have to use like a specialist to do that and took a lot of time. Right now, actually, you can do it with AI at scale with the scripting, Google Sheets, formulas, GPT. You can program a Google Sheet. You can program also softwares. For this situation, it's very cheap now with AI to program softwares. So there is a lot of solutions. Also, of course, you can buy subscriptions softwares to do that. But the point is that you need to do this stuff. Like AI, I think if you don't do it, you're gonna be crushed by the market. Either if you have your store, if you're a freelancer, or if you are like, if you're like an agency. AI content generation or editing for videos, for example, or for the copy of email campaigns or advertisement, if you use external advertisement, or management of content or ads. That's another way that you can use AI in this point of the customer journey. As I said, these two, for example, are not priority in your business. I would say the place where I see the biggest return of investment is maybe here, if you create a process for this area. But of course, if you find a use everywhere else, you can do that. Like for example, content generation at scale. We tried that. It's not bad. You can saturate some channels with AI content. It's an idea. You can try it. Then there is for example, in product listing creation, there is a process to create the perfect listing, right? I think if you're watching this video, probably you know it, or if you don't know it, you can email me and we can discuss it in a free audit. But usually we start from defining exactly what the client wants. So we take the reviews, we summarize, we analyze everything related to the product, we understand the needs that the client wants to solve, and we define usually some selling points or selling propositions. Sorry, they can be like 5, 10. You can create at scale like a simple spreadsheet with some formulas programmed with ChatGPT that automatically do all this work for you. Define the selling proposition at scale in few clicks. For example, a great solution if you develop a lot of listings. So developing the product page copy is a great use. Your time to use AI. This is another place that you can use it. AI for reviews, generation, removal. Uh, for a review generation is more about software. So there are softwares automatization. But for AI removal, you can request removal of seller reviews. I'm not talking about seller feedbacks. It's another thing. Seller reviews with AI scripts. If something cheap that you can do is convenient, depends. Maybe in this case, I would try to search a third party app that does that. You just simply pay the subscription, but otherwise, that's a solution. You can implement it with a software. That's another good point. Like implementation of AI is not necessarily that you need to do it. Sometimes you can pay a software to do that, a software that is doing that at scale. You can simply pay a fixed cost to them because sometimes it's not convenient to implement AI scale because you don't have enough scale to make it convenient. Depends. Some situation yes, some situation no. But for example, for review removal, I think that's a great solution. You can buy a app to do that and maybe pay them a fee for this stuff. Okay, about PPC with product placement as in targeting. We're talking about as in targeting. So AI, you can what you can do, for example, you can extract big list of all the competitors, 1,000 competitors. You can use AI to categorize exactly if they are relevant to you or not by the title and the description. You can program formulas with AI so that you use formulas in Google spreadsheet and you automate this process for 200, 400 products so that you don't need to check every product and you don't need to test with ad spend. And then after you categorize this, you can create like bulk upload spreadsheets with AI. You can use the template. You can upload it in ChatGPT. You can tell ChatGPT to update the data based on your needs. So changing the housing, changing the name of the campaigns, kind of stuff. That's another great use of your time. Like with AI, you can program, let's say, program spreadsheets. Spreadsheet is not by itself AI or like machine learning, but the way to program it, the way to create formulas that are very efficient, AI is perfect for that. A lot of the time, we don't use AI in the operations, but use AI to program spreadsheets. It's something that you must need to do. If you don't know how to do it, you don't want to waste time, email me in this email here, and you can get a free Amazon strategy analysis that include the AI implementation to see if there is an opportunity to do that. And I think so. Okay, so AI split testing, actually split testing of the price, you need AI if it's possible. Split testing of the listing, you can use experiments, for example. Not necessary, there is no necessity for AI, but yeah, like other things that you can do is about enhance product quality and beauty in images, product enhancement with AI. Like instead of using Photoshop or adding a photo editor, you can use AI to do that. Price optimization, uh, software. You need a software, I would say. Too expensive to create an automation to do that by yourself in house. You need, in my opinion, you need to do out. Yes, so the video is ending soon. I will do a part 2 soon. So look at on the channel about the full playlist about how to grow your store from 10K to 1 million. I will add the other parts of this video. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 of AI implementation in any business. So yes, I will stop now the video and see you in the next video.